Hello, this is Jeff at Magical Fruit Toots. In this video tutorial, I will show you how to make an animated matrix effect, simulating the effect as seen in the movie The Matrix. This was done using only Photoshop Creative Cloud. I wanted to see what kind of results I could get with Photoshop. My goal here is to make the animated effect close to what the original effect from the movie was. Make a new document with a width of 1280 pixels, a height of 720 pixels, and a resolution of 150 pixels per inch. Name the file data_screen. We need to generate some random text. Go to the text generator site I chose, textmechanic.com/random-string-generator.html, and generate random text. We want 29 rows of 72 characters each, so enter generate 29 random strings, 72 objects in length. Click on the Generate Random Strings button. When the random text is generated, highlight it and copy it to your clipboard. Then open up Notepad or another plain text editor. In Notepad, I have the font set to Courier New, regular 12 points. Paste the text into your editor. Use Edit Replace to replace the uppercase SUVWXYZ and the lowercase number 9. These characters don't work well with the matrix font we will be using. Choose Replace All to replace all the capital S's with a small case s. Continue to replace the rest the same way, using the lowercase letter to replace the uppercase one. Also replace the number 9 with the small n. Save the file as random.txt. I have found a good matrix-style font from Alexander at deviantart.com. The link is in the description or credits. Download and install the font on your computer. If the M-code font is not available in Photoshop, you may have to save your document, close it, and restart Photoshop. Now open up Photoshop. Fill the layer with black and name it black. Select the Type tool. In Photoshop, set font to M-code 15, regular, 7.47 points. Anti-aliasing of none, and text color of 669 F70. Open up the random.txt file you created earlier. Select all the text and copy all the random text. In the Type tool, select the box around the screen. If you hover the cursor over the handle, you can adjust the size of the selection. Now paste in the text. Rename the text layer Text. The entire screen should be covered with text. Press Delete at the end of each line until the entire screen is filled. If letters don't line up exactly right, you may have missed replacing a capital letter. In that case, you would need to go back and re-edit the text. Choose the Move tool and use the arrow keys to center the text in the document. Double-click the Hand tool to fit the document to the screen. Duplicate the text layer and rename it Text 2. While the Text 2 layer is active, choose the Type tool, then randomly change some letters. Use random lowercase alphabet characters to replace them. We're doing this because in studying the effect in the movie, it seems that occasionally some of the characters change. In order to emulate this, we will copy the text layer and change a bunch of random letters. Then halfway through the animation, we will substitute this screen for the original. I've sped up the video to save time. The text needs to glow a little. Add an outer glow effect to the Text 2 layer. Opacity should be 43, spread 25, size 8, jitter 100, range 50, color 1C732B. Right-click the Text 2 layer. Then choose Copy Layer Style. Move to the text layer. Right-click and choose Paste Layer Style. Convert both the text layers to smart objects. Turn off the eye of the Text 2 layer to see what's happening on the text layer. The letters are too sharp. Turn the eye back on. To make them look like they're on an older monitor screen, use a Gaussian blur of 0.5 on both text layers. Start with the text layer. Then move to the Text 2 layer. Press Ctrl+F to access the previously used filter. Press OK to accept. Rasterize both text layers. Make a new layer below the Text 2 layer. Change the foreground color to black. Fill it with black. Merge the Text 2 layer and the black layer below it. Merge the text layer and the black layer below it. You should now have two text layers, Text and Text 2. Save the document as data_screen. We will now make the animation effect. Make a new document with a width of 1280 pixels, a height of 3600 pixels, and a resolution of 150 pixels per inch, with the background of white. Name the file Effect. Double-click the background layer and name it BG. Fill the background layer with a 50% gray. Add a new guide. Make it horizontal and 2880 pixels. Use the Marquee tool to select an area below the guideline. Since black is the background color, you can fill the selection with black by pressing Ctrl plus the backspace key. The black area will represent the starting screen of the effect. Clear the guide. Place Embed the data screen file created earlier. Name the layer Data 1. Rasterize the layer. Duplicate the layer and name it Data Start. Press V to select the Move tool. Then use the arrow keys to move the Data Start layer down so it's right above the black area we just created. Also select the Data 1 layer and adjust it above the Data Start layer we just placed. Next, we will start creating the animated black masks that give the effect the appearance of the characters dropping down. Add a new layer at the top. Name it Strip 1. Select the Line tool. Make the color black. And set the method to pixels. And the weight to 44. Turn off the eye of the Data 1 layer. Zoom in to see the full Data Start screen. Start making random black strips as demonstrated. This is the starting screen where the characters seem to drop down out of nowhere, as if they are dripping from the screen above. Center the cursor in the area to be blacked out. Hold down the Shift key, drag down, and let go to paint the strip. I've sped up the video here and at other time-consuming places in the tutorial to save time. To make sure that the Strip 1 strips overlap the black area, temporarily turn off the Data Start layer. If you see areas near the bottom black area not covered in black, use a black brush to cover them up. Don't worry about any other corrections. Just fix the light areas inside the bottom black area. Turn the Data Start eye back on. Return to the Line tool. Next, we will make the black strips for the remainder of the animation, which are the screens other than the beginning screen. Turn the eye of the Data 1 layer back on. Add a new layer on top. Name it Strip 2. Drag the vertical screen slider up to see the full Data 1 screen. Change the weight of the Line tool to 22. Start making random black strips as demonstrated. Place the black strips as before, but this time there will be more data still showing through. Do this carefully. If you mess up a column, press Ctrl Z to undo. Next, we will place a glow below some of the visible character strips, so that when the effect is done, it will appear that the glow moves with the dripping characters. Since the background is 50% gray, we can apply an overlay blend to a white brush to simulate a dodge effect. First, select the Strip 1 layer. Change the blend mode to overlay. Change to a soft brush, size 30, at 100% opacity. Since white is the background color, press X to make it the foreground color. Drag the document slider down to get a better view of the Strip 1 layer. At the bottom of about a third of the character strips that are not covered, randomly click once or twice with the brush. Also, you might want to place a glow on one random area that is surrounded by black, such as I did here. Now select the Strip 2 layer. Change the blend mode to overlay. Drag the document slider up to get a better view of the Strip 2 layer. At the bottom of some of the character strips that are not covered, randomly click once or twice with the brush. You should avoid placing glows near the bottom of the Strip 2 layer. Duplicate the Strip 2 layer 2 times. Name the new layers Strip 3 and Strip 4. We no longer need the data layers, so delete them. Double-click the hand tool to fit the document to the screen. Select the Strip 3 layer. Use the Move tool and up arrow key to start dragging Strip 3 above Strip 2, so the bottom of Strip 3 is even with the top of Strip 2. Now drag Strip 4 above Strip 3. Go to the top layer. Press Ctrl, Alt, Shift plus E to make a composite layer. Name it Effect. Control-click the new Effect layer to select it. Then copy it. While the Effect document is still open, open the data screen file created earlier. Select the top layer. Then choose Paste Special, Paste in Place, to paste in the effect. Rename the pasted layer Effect. Change its blend mode to Overlay. Some of the green letters behind the black strips are showing through. To fix, adjust both the text layers using Image Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast. Use a brightness of -26. First, the text layer. Then, the Text 2 layer. We no longer need the effect document, so select it, save it, then close it. We are now ready to make a timeline and process the animation. Choose Timeline from the Windows menu. Choose Create Video Timeline from the drop-down if it is not already showing. Zoom out a little to see better. A track will appear for each of the 3 layers. Click the Zoom Out Timeline button about 3 times to make the track look smaller. We're going to make the animation 10 seconds long, plus 3-second pause at the end. So for now, drag the effect track to the 10-second marker. The Text 2 track should already be at 5 seconds. Leave it there. Drag the text track to 10 seconds. With the playhead in the first position, choose the effect layer. Select the Move tool and arrow up until black is filling the screen. Now twirl down all 3 tracks and choose the position stopwatch on each. Yellow grid marks should appear by each. Now our starting settings are finished. Move the playhead to the 10-second position. Select the effect track and arrow down until the top of the effect top fills the screen. Next, we'll add a 3-second pause at the end of the animation. Select the text track and drag it out 3 more seconds to 13 seconds. Also select the effect track and drag it to 13 seconds. Click the Begin control to bring the playhead back to the starting position. Click the Play control. Let the animation play all the way through so that it will be rendered in memory. Now we are ready to render the video. Click the render icon to render the video. Here are the settings that I used. Name the render file matrix.mp4. Choose location for the animation. For render options, choose Interactive if available. Otherwise, choose Ray Traced Draft. Click the Render button to render. When finished exporting, the video is ready. Here is the movie file that was generated. This concludes the tutorial. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.